Growing up in Vancouver, I was quite sheltered by my family. Aside from school, my days were strictly organized with time to do homework, to practice piano, and to read or draw. The little amount of free time I had in between activities were spent either following my mom around buying groceries in Chinatown or watching her create magic in the kitchen. With her small but fast hands, chopping, kneading, stirring, whipping, and rolling, creating a delicious meal in less than an hour every night. Dinner time was my favorite time of the day because it was when the whole family sat around the dining table to eat good food and to enjoy each other's company. When the holidays or birthdays rolled by, I was amazed at how my mom could cook up a gigantic meal from scratch, and friends would bring dishes to share as well. It was the only time I had off from my routine schedule. When high school rolled around, I was introduced to cooking and baking in home ec class, and I got super excited about being able to share goodies with family and friends, just like how my mom was able to. I baked and decorated cookies during the holidays, made cakes for friends' birthdays, and fruit tarts in the summer. I enjoyed sharing homemade treats with everyone because it's nice to see the smile on people's faces when you tell them that you made something yourself. It is also fun to share recipes because many people have lost the connection to their food and they don't know what is in their food. Everything is monetized and we see food as just another object on the shelf of a store, not knowing where it comes from, what's in it, or who made it. For me, sharing food is a good way to spark conversation, to show you care, and to create a bond. These past few years have been a big change for me in that I no longer share meals together with family as things change and people move on. One thing my friends and I started doing was to have potlucks where everyone brings a dish and we get to spend some quality time together outside of school. Towards the end of high school, I became interested and researched daily on how food can treat and prevent disease. This interest was triggered by the fact that doctors had given up on a close family member after prescribing numerous harsh drugs. I searched and was amazed by how certain foods could heal while others are considered poisonous to your body. With this in mind and an interest in healthy food, I applied to Land and Food Systems at UBC and became involved with on-campus clubs and opportunities like Sprouts, a student-run cafe, permaculture, and the UBC farm. It widened my knowledge about making healthy food, growing it, the benefits of locally grown food, and designing resilient food systems. My first time at the UBC farm was in first year, and the colorful fields of beans, lettuce, kale, pumpkins, etc. delighted my senses. I felt at peace and relaxed here and knew that everything the UBC farm supported made sense. It would be amazing to see more community gardens and food-planted lawns pop up in the midst of our urban neighborhoods, connecting different ages of people and making healthy food more accessible to everyone. Growing up, I always knew that food was not cheap, but as a student, once I started shopping for my own groceries, I realized how difficult it was to make the decision of buying the organic veggies or fruits because it was twice as expensive as the non-organic ones. I also noticed the difference in price of healthy food to junk food. The healthier option is usually more expensive and therefore discourages many people from buying it. Now, if healthy food were priced similarly, then it would make food more accessible to a wide range of people. Also, if I knew who grew the food and how they grew it, there would be no need to pay extra for their labeling to say organic. And when I buy food from someone who grows it themselves, like at a farmer's market, I start valuing it differently. That apple I buy becomes more than a monetized object on a shelf. It becomes a labor of love or a gift that has been shared with me. Once we start appreciating and valuing food differently, then we start creating deeper relationships within the community. There can be monthly recipe contests featuring a veggie that is in season, and lawns can be turned into a space for colorful crops where potlucks can be shared between neighbors living on the same block. We can then start valuing each other differently too. Once we start building deeper relationships, we can learn about each other's stories and realize everyone in the community has a gift to share. What is yours?